It's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Okay, and boom. What's up? Welcome back, goddamn it, to another edition of Tell Me a Joke, the guy out and chasing the dream. I'm your host, Maniacal, Menace, Kyle Smith. Say the whole thing like a pimp named Slickback. And today on the side of me, I have the very energetic, the very bubbly, the very lively Hannah. How's it going, Hannah?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Hey.
Yes. Oh, we made it. We made our time.
We did.
We are in. This is the post. This is where I like to come to, and usually I have most of my podcasts here, just for the fact that it's more. Sometimes it's quiet.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes you got a lot of people. This is the first time I'm actually having people in front of me and looking. They had a kid that just came up. He tried to take my microphone.
Oh, and
I
did
was
you
like, no,
yeah.
His daddy came and got him, and he gave me a look. It was like, you touching my kid? I was like, get your kid away from my shit.
Yeah,
like,
your kid's touching my kid. Okay,
this is my shit. Like, don't come to my shit and touch my shit.
Yeah.
Like, but how you been, Hannah?
I've been good. How you been?
I've been good. Yeah. How's your, so you just finished your acupuncture. You're an acupuncturist?
No. So I teach yoga,
Okay.
and I work at a yoga studio where we have massage and acupuncture.
Yeah.
So I wasn't having acupuncture, but there was a lady having acupuncture, and it was taking a minute. And I was
Have you
like,
ever had acupuncture done to
I
yourself?
have. It's fun. Have you ever done it?
No.
Oh my God, people are I was super scared about it too.
Okay, yeah, because that's how I feel.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's great.
needles.
The needles, they're super thin. I love it because I talk a lot, and when I get nervous, I get really anxious.
Yeah.
And acupuncture is technically a medical treatment, and I'm queen of the TMI. So and these are my coworkers, right? Because I work there. So it's it's really fun. I'm like, oh my God, HR? No, because it's a treatment.
Yeah.
So I would come in and I'm just talking to my own minute because I'm like, oh my God, heavy breathing, needles, I'm going to be okay. And then I just, I tell them everything. I'm like, hey, so I'm backed up, on I-10. That's what I say when I'm constipated. And we need some acupuncture.
We got to get it in.
And they're just like, oh, hey, Hannah, thanks for coming into work.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. I love it. You should try
awesome.
it.
I do. I guess. I'm into new things.
Yeah.
But that was one of the things. I'm like, is this gonna make me feel better? Like, what?
It's actually really helpful.
Yeah.
But anything, you got to do it consistently.
Right.
But I was backed up for a while, and it helped. And
with constipation.
Yeah.
With actual constipation.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I don't know what I was doing. It comes and it goes. I'm regular, and then I'm not.
And
I don't
some
know.
needles to the face.
No, they did needles in the stomach, but they do
to the stomach.
facial acupuncture too. I actually stopped doing it because couldn't afford it, but also it's so relaxing that I would come home, and I gotta be up early, yoga teaching in the morning. So I would come home, it'd be 5 p.m. I'd pass out, and I'd be afraid I'm not gonna wake up. And, you know what I mean? I was like, this is too relaxing. And if you haven't noticed, I talk a mile a minute, so I was like,
which is good. That's
Thank
good
you.
because I also do the same thing. Sometimes
we talked about
I
that.
trip over my own words, and it's where am I going?
Yeah, slow down, tongue.
Yeah. So how long have you been a comic for?
Yeah, well, I always have a hard time answering that because I started doing comedy. I don't know if I told you when we met before at the show, but I started doing comedy in 2012 in New York. But I wasn't consistent, I was more of an actress, and I do a show here or there, a mic here or there. I'd be like, I'm a comedian. Right. I'd be like, hey. And so I don't know. I did it a little bit, but it was more dabbling. But I've been really doing the thing, doing comedy every week, multiple times a week since the summertime in Houston. So
okay. And so are you from New York?
I say I'm from New York. I grew up in California, but I moved to New York when I was 18, and I lived there for 10 years. So I say I'm from New York.
Okay.
Because California, I went to high school there. You know what I mean? I didn't really
that's
do
why
anything after
you've
that.
been in both of the meccas when it comes to being a comedian. When it comes to comedy, those are the places that they say, hey, you need to either go here or you go there.
Yeah.
How did you like New York?
Oh, I love New York.
Yeah.
the city's changed, I'm sure. Like, everywhere's changed, you know? Like, I was talking to someone about this the other day. They're like, do you miss it? And I was like, I miss it, but I miss what it was when it was, if that makes sense. Because I was in my 20s in New York.
Just like missing the 90s.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't go back. I can't go back to it. But I love New York. You know, it's got its own attitude. And the thing with New Yorkers is, like, we constantly shit on our city. Like, I bartended in dive bars in New York. Like, we constantly shit in our city. Like, everybody comes to, like, how are you doing? Oh, I'm fucking lousy. You know, this city fucking sucks. Oh, they just drain you. You know, the MTA, nobody gives a fuck, you know? But then if somebody doesn't, like, if somebody else comes in and is like, oh, fuck New York, we like, go fuck yourself.
Go fuck
you
yourself.
know what I mean? Like, New York's like everybody's old lady. You know what I mean? Like, we all rag on the bitch, but we all love her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's how I am about my city. I'm from New Orleans, so I'm originally from New Orleans too. But you know, I'm like, hey, you can go down to my city and have a good time. Just also understand that you could get robbed immediately.
100%. That's absolutely New York. You could, like, literally just look at somebody and not even look at them, just look in their direction and goodbye.
Yeah, that's it.
You're done.
That's it.
Sorry.
Watch your vehicles, because they'll definitely take your car.
I would do this thing on the subway in New York where, because I have a bad habit of staring. I don't mean to.
You stare?
I don't mean to.
I stare at point.
I do, yeah. I point all the time. I get in so much trouble for pointing, and I'm like, well, I'm just trying to let you know where I'm looking.
Exactly. That's what I be saying.
I had an ex-boyfriend, he'd point with his chin. I'm like, what the fuck are you pointing at?
I don't know the direction.
Your chin ain't that long. Yeah, like, use a finger. But I would do this thing, right? So they got the ads. I don't know if they have this in New Orleans, but on the MTA in New York, they got the ads above the train. So whenever I'd be kind of like looking at somebody too much, because people are crazy there. You know, there's a lot of characters. I'm like, I kind of got to take a minute. Yeah. And if I catch them looking at me, what I do is I go cross-eyed. I just go cross-eyed, and I just, like, mouth out the words to the ads. You know, I'm just like, you know, like, I just act really confused by what I'm reading, and I'm like, I'm so intent on this.
Yeah.
Then they tend to leave you alone. They're like, she's on something.
I've been on a train out there in New York. Then at one time they had this lady looked like she was crumping on side me.
Yeah.
But real close to my face though.
Oh.
And like I just ignored her because I'm like, you would hit me. You know, you don't know me. Like, why would you wouldn't?
No.
She got real close.
Oh, yeah,
she got real.
Yeah,
she had a little spittle that came off her lip, hit me on the side of the face, and this is COVID time. And I'm like, yo, okay, I'm not. Should I do something? Am I supposed? I don't know the etiquette. I'm not sure what to do. When
I don't know. I feel like the etiquette is like
so close.
It's like leave people alone until you don't. Like, I don't know. I feel like everyone's got that online.
Yeah,
you know?
they had two dudes that was looking at me. It was like, man, you're a better person than me, man. I don't know if I could have just sat there and took that. I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I can't just hit the lady.
It could go either way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you got to just let go and let God, you know? Like, I trust my inner, like, intuition, my bitch intuition. You know, like, everyone's got that inner, like, I call her Brenda. My inner Brenda, she'll come out, you know, and she'll say shit, and she'll say it in such a tone where afterwards I'm like,
good job. Good job. Pat on the back.
I didn't know we had that, but okay.
Yes. Yeah, I do let. I do feel like a Venetian rug from time to time. Just let people walk all over me. It's like I understand you didn't see me. Not many people look down at the small guy.
Oh, I know. I get it.
Like, okay, you know, but don't do it again. I won't let it happen too often.
But our size comes in handy in a city like that, because I don't know about you, but I'm bobbing and weaving, and I'm walking under people's armpits.
I definitely, you know? I definitely scave a few elbows on the way out there. Yeah.
No, there's a tree in the way. I don't even have to worry about it. I don't even see it because I haven't looked up. I'm going underneath it. People follow me. They just start getting hit in the head with twigs as they were expecting it now. Like,
you got to watch out. You can't follow me everywhere I go.
No.
You know, I don't duck for shit.
Yeah.
We're
the type, you know, we walk fast and then there's like a hole in the ground and we just dive in and people are like, where'd they go? We went to a Mickey Mouse meeting.
I definitely have to look up from time to time because I used to just watch my feet when I walk.
Yeah, me too.
A lot. I don't know why when people be like, hey man, you might want to look straight before you get fucked up. I'm like, oh, that is helpful. Yeah. I guess it is to be able to see what's coming ahead of me instead of just always watching my feet. You know, That'd be neither here nor there.
What kind of shoes? Okay, well, yeah.
I got some nice shoes on today.
Yeah, you do. Those are some cool shoes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know,
if I got nice shoes, I'm looking at my feet too. I'm like,
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to crease them. You
100%.
know, gotta see how much I can walk without bending the front toes.
Sometimes I rub one foot on the other to try and shine them. That never works.
Oh, really?
But yeah, that was a bad idea. It's always a bad idea. I always forget about it though, and then I do it again.
Seems like you're gonna get the earth on the front of your shoe now.
Yeah. And, this is why we don't have nice things. It's okay.
How long you been out in Texas for?
I've been in Texas for 3 years now.
Oh,
yeah.
so you fresh after the pandy too?
Yeah. I moved. Oh, is that when you moved too?
Yeah, kind of sort of. I've been out here for 4.
Okay,
So,
yeah. Yeah, we moved in September of 2020. I moved with my boyfriend at the time. And I wanted to get in the comedy scene and stuff because I've been wanting to get back into it in New York, but everything was shut down. And I've been in and out so much in New York. It always felt like I always had it was so hard on myself getting back in, because you see the same people, but they're so further off,
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, so it's been cool being able to start fresh somewhere new.
How did that feel? Because did it overwhelm you a bit when you had to? Because it's like this is a new start.
Yeah.
Like I have to build myself back up all the way over again.
I don't know. I feel like it's been a little bit easier, but maybe because I'm older and I've had a different perspective or attitude about it, I guess. Yeah. But it's been really fun. Everyone's been super welcoming. It's been fun doing shows because that was another thing in New York is it's so huge, which is awesome. Yeah. But that also can make it feel like, man, I'm going to mics, but I'm not really meeting anybody, because there's just so much out there.
Kind of like LA was.
Yeah, and it's hard to get on shows, you know. So then, you're doing stuff, but you're not. It never really feels like you're going anywhere. Yeah. So I've been really liking it here. I really like the community.
That's good too. How often would you say you're hitting a mic in a week?
Yeah, I mean, it varies. It's been my lady time, so sometimes I'm a little bloated, or I'm just I'm low on pads. I do have I'm that bitch. I usually don't carry a purse, but when I do, no joke, it's a dog purse. Okay. This was an accidental.
You got Scooby snacks in this thing?
Dude, no, it's it looks. I moved and my friend left it. It was her dog purse. She would carry her dog in it.
It was an actual
dog purse, dude. And somehow it ended up with me. And I was like, ooh, what's that gray sweater? And then I'm like, oh wait, no, it's an over the. Someone took a sweater or sweatpants and made a purse with it. I'm down. And I swear, this thing is like Hermione's bag, man. Yeah, it can carry 40 pounds. It's crazy.
Oh, Jesus.
But I usually don't carry one, but when I do.
It's for dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. But when I do, I literally, dude, this happened last month. I had just a wad of period pads and a joke book. And the joke book has my name on it.
Comedy.
Yeah,
there you
exactly.
go. There you go.
And I'm just praying to God. I'm like, please, please, please do not forget your bag somewhere. Because someone's just going to find my notebook and the terrible things we write,
pads and penmanship. Yeah. That's it. That's all you got there.
Sort of suicide notes, reminiscing about my mother. And period pads. But to answer your question, how often do I get out in a week? Varies. But Mondays and Tuesdays are my big mic nights, and then I try to go out Wednesday night. Thursdays lately I've been having shows. Sundays I try to go up. So I try to go out. I go out usually 4 or 5 times nights a week.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. So it's a lot of emailing in and those type of shows, or these walk-ups?
I'm terrible with the email, and I'll you know what I mean? I'll email the email. I sound like I'm 80. I'm terrible with it though.
With the email,
I'm so bad. And
I feel that though.
Yeah, when you email and you don't know if you actually got on the list or not. And I got so much junk email too. I'm like, don't email me, text me. So most of the mics I do are not sign up. They're just show up. Good. And the shows I do are booked, but yeah.
Right. So those show up shows. How's the turnout normally?
It depends. You turn out for crowd or for
Yeah.
Well, something cool, I'm sure being in New Orleans too, about like comedy in Houston is like there's crowds at open mics. You know what I mean? Like in New York, you go, there is never a crowd.
Yeah.
There's sometimes people from the bar who wander in, realize what's happening, and quickly are like, bye, bye.
Don't talk about me.
Yeah, so like, it's really cool that we even like have an audience at mics here. But it depends. It depends on the mic. Like the secret group mics, sometimes there's a really good crowd, but as it goes like later in the night, they kind of dwindle.
You get your degenerates after a while, and it's just skimpy with a whole bunch of skimp alcoholics.
Yeah,
it's like Jesus.
It's kind of fun making them laugh though, because they laugh at the worst things. You could be terrible, but feel so good about yourself.
Late night dirty show is what it's called. That. Yeah,
I love that show. That show is so fun.
Usually, whenever my friend comes down. That's usually one of those shows that we get on because we do whatever Saturday mic is before that, and then we get on that show, and it's just like, all right, everything that you did that you felt good about on the show before,
goodbye.
Throw that shit out the window. Yeah,
I've only had a good set on the Dirty Show maybe like once or
Prepare
twice.
To test your luck.
It's
hit or miss.
One time I had like a killer set on there, and it was so fun, and I listened back and I'm like, yeah, because I killed this, and I'm like, this is just me like crowd talking with some ladies who were we were vibing, we were talking about pussy and pubic hair, and they were just, we understood each other,
the two P's of society.
yeah. 2 peas in a pod. Yeah. But it was a great time. But
that's for where do you say your inspiration for your jokes come from?
Yeah, I'm very You're such a good interviewer.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'll be very curious because I've seen your set. And I'm like, oh, this is hilarious.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet.
You had me over there rolling. I was like, I'm enjoying this. I would like to pick her brain.
Yeah. Well, I'm very selfish. Like I'm terrible. I'm sorry. I'll be honest. Because I talk a lot, right? Everyone's always afraid to tell me like. Everyone's always afraid to tell me secrets. Like, Hannah, you're gonna tell. And I'm like, no. Truth be told, I'm not gonna remember what you told me next week. You know what I mean? You could literally like be sobbing. My grandma's dying, and I'm gonna sob with you.
Right.
And then I don't know. I'm like a carrier pigeon. I just forget. Like a few days go by, like I got like a pea brain or something. I just forget, and I'm like, next, and then you come back. I'm like, hey, what's going? Why are you still down?
That's right. I forgot.
That's right,
you did
Grandma.
Say that.
So you know what I mean. So most of my humor comes from like me, and I'm super like. My mom, like I said in my set, I always say it in my set, but like my mom's a Jew from Brooklyn, my dad's a hog farmer from Missouri. I have a twin sister with blonde hair and blue eyes, and so
Do you really have a twin?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's all true, and so I got a lot of neuroses, and so most of my humor comes from me being like, I was actually thinking about it the other day. I was like, if I have an autobiography, it's going to be titled, nobody steal this. It's one of two things, right? It's either going to be like, am I a cunt, right? Or
is it gonna say that? Right?
Yeah, right. Am I a cunt? Ellipses, right?
Right.
Or it's gonna be like a spiritual self-help book, and it's gonna be me on a toilet, and it's like a halo, and it's gonna say "Holy shit," Yeah, because I just talk about like,
that's fun.
I don't know. I'm constantly like, oh man, I'm doing that thing.
Yeah.
I'm doing the thing where I feel crazy again.
I've had an idea of like when I first started this podcast, it was thoughts of random shit.
Oh, I love that.
So ran, dumb, and then shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the logo was supposed to be like a brain sitting on the toilet with sneakers on.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
It like so many things revamp themselves to where it's just like, oh, this is a fun idea to have.
Yeah.
And I just never went on from there.
Totally.
It was just like,
I feel like, I don't know
there.
if you can relate, but I feel like that's kind of how my joke writing process is a lot. Like I'll have moments where I just get an idea for like a premise, or sometimes it's actually like the punchline. And I'm like, oh, that's great. Well, how the heck did we get there and make it make sense?
Right.
And then, you might sit with it, you might play with it and like be like, well, this is sucking. And then maybe a month goes by, a week goes by, months go by, and then it just kind of clicks.
And I just had that recently with a few of my jokes to where like I had two separate jokes and I was like, they're fine, but they don't hit like I want them to. And then I looked at them and I was like, I'm gonna mash these together.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, this is the better joke. I had the Power Rangers Power Zord that shit, and I put it together, and I was like, oh, that's a beefy joke right there. That's a lot better. Yeah, my jokes lately have been coming more long form. To say that I haven't been on stage as much, for them to be long form, it's like I'm putting extra work on myself, but I do poetry as well, so that side of me, it's like the memorization portion is like, okay, we got the memorization. You just need to act out now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you're a great storyteller, you know, so like you have that naturally.
Yeah.
The act out is something I'm so working on because like I mean, my style of comedy, like what I love is like I want it to feel like you just got hit in the face and you don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah,
but you're
laughing. Ball of dynamite.
Yeah, thank you. And I love that. I want it to just be so absurd. You have no idea what's happening, but you're laughing. You don't know if you should be, but you are. You know what I mean? Like that's my style. But I need to slow down because I've got some bits I'm trying to do where I actually act out and like do characters and stuff and.
I've had a problem with that. Like ever since I started comedy, people are like, yeah, that's funny and it's good that you got your premise out, but you talk too fast.
Yeah,
you talk way too fast, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I've actually learned from different audiences, especially having like an older audience.
Oh yeah.
To slow things down because I had a tendency to just run through my set.
Yeah.
And like I would have a set that would be like, oh, this should be a 10-minute set, but I'd run through it in 5 minutes and then run out of shit, and I'm like. Or now I got a pander.
Yeah, or then they don't have time to actually like catch your joke and laugh. Yeah. I don't know about you. I mean, I've done a lot of therapy, so it's like you do need to say whatever the fuck you can in 45 minutes because they're going to cut you off. You know what I mean? Like it's not even an hour anymore. So it's like I do talk fast.
A tight 45.
Yeah, I'm like, look, I know you only want to talk about issues with my mother, but I do want to bring up something about work. So we're gonna make this happen.
Yeah, I definitely needed to be able to stretch things out.
Yeah.
Just because in the beginning, that's just how my brain was wired. It was like, boom, spit this out so you can feel comfortable about yourself. But also, I found out that I would speak over the laughter.
Yeah.
I've had to take my time and like embrace the silence from time to time, which is. I never cared for silence. I was always one pow, 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 pow like that.
Yeah.
But now I've been teaching myself to like, hey, it's okay. That means they're listening.
I was just going to say, like, the silence is good. Yeah, that's something I got to work on because I'm very much like you were saying, pow, pow, pow. Like, I expect and think I ought to have like a laugh every like 20 seconds or so. And if I don't, I'm like, they hate me. And then I start like sweating bullets in my head. I start like crying. I start going, oh my God, you're terrible here. I start cowering like a caged animal. But I'm still going to talk. And the caged animal, we're most dangerous when we're about to die, right?
Yeah.
So then it's just, oh fuck. You know what I mean? Like
all over the place.
Oh my God, terrible.
Yeah,
terrible. So
like
I'm
this,
working on it.
This is not what they teach you. You don't get taught these things. These are things that we got to figure out along the way.
Yeah.
Which is, one of the reasons why I do that. I like to point out the fact that this is one of the reasons why I do have this podcast, just to be like, it's not a syllabus, but if you're looking for some type of guideline to what comedy should or how comedy should be done, or how to go about chasing a dream like this, these are some tidbits.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
well, it's also nice to hear it's like, oh, I'm not the only one. You know what I mean? Because we always think we're the only one.
Yeah.
I'm such a huge proponent. I'm like, talk about everything that's happening in your life on stage or everything that's ever happened. Because somebody can relate. I promise you.
That is the best way to I feel is to go about jokes.
Yeah.
Instead of like you can have your Mark Normans and your fucking. Your one line, fucking your Seinfeld type of poems.
Observational.
Totally. Mitch Hedberg type shit. But also you can have the life situation.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm more of an observationalist, but I also do life situations just because I feel as if my life is silly, especially how things kind of like line up and how things fall out. And it's like, oh, nigga, this is meant for you to talk about on stage. So now you have something silly because you lived a little bit. Go ahead and talk about it on stage in the manner that you do. Because I know I'm not like everybody else to where if I explain something, it's like the generic person would explain it. If I explain something, people are like, why you say it like that?
Yeah.
You're so silly.
Oh, I know.
Like, yeah.
I get that so much when I'm like just telling people about what's happening in my life, like the way I tell a story. It's hard for me to recreate it on stage after the moment. So that's something I'm playing with, getting better with. But yeah, I love storytelling and just sharing that stuff.
Since I don't get on stage as often, I try to do most of I slip in the jokes at work.
Oh yeah,
nowadays.
you got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah. They don't know that I'm doing it. But I am testing out the waters just before, because I ain't got no other place to do this.
Of course.
Like, so I got to test out the waters, but in a very slick way to where it's like, oh, okay, that's going to work. Because you laugh just a little bit, that's going to work.
I don't do that with everything, but I've been doing that more with like stories that I want to bring into, like, turn into a bit, if that makes sense. Like, I'll kind of workshop, like, how do I introduce this? Is the premise funny?
Right.
Is where I'm taking it something that people are following? And, you know, and I'll do it that way.
I like to have, usually when I get on stage, to get into the field to where I'm just having a normal conversation with the homies, and we all just standing around, and now the whole crowd is with me. To where it's like, oh, this nigga about to say something crazy. And it's like, oh, okay, good. Yeah. Y'all are here. Because when I would go to parties and everything, I'd be the one to linger in the corner until, like, somebody comes and gets me out of my bubble. Yeah. Other than that, like, I prefer to be shy and the weird one off in the distance. But then when I become the life of the party, like, it comes to a point to where it's like, oh, am I going too hard in the paint right now? Like, because people are laughing, and they're laughing like one after the other, and it's like, okay, calm down, because you don't want to give too much to them. I always think, like, don't oversell it. Yeah. But also, I'm just being myself, and it's very hard to be like, okay, all right, I don't want to be looked at as oh, like, this person's always just gonna be saying. I have a serious side to me. But even though we talk about a serious topic, I can't help but to be silly while we talk about it. And so people they have a good time when I'm around. Yeah. But I don't want to be a burden with it. Basically, I don't want to be always the one that's coming with a sly remark.
I think, you're a dad now. Yes. So long as you don't, you look at you, he's like, yeah. So long as you don't come in with, like, the dad jokes, you feel me?
Oh, yeah.
I love my dad, okay? Nothing against him. Oh. I'm saying it now because he's not going to watch this show, all right? Like, the worst is when you tell me the jokes and you tell me it's the same jokes over and over again. You know what I'm saying?
Forgot.
Like, yeah. I mean, He's older. This is the forget joke. Oh, shoot, Hannah, I just greased my hair and my mind keeps slipping. I'm like, that's a great one, Daddy. Heard it so many times. All right. But I think if you're, like, just being genuine and telling a story, it's fine. But I totally get that, because I feel the same way. Like, I have an addictive personality, So I went to the Golden Nugget. I was in your state last weekend, and I'm, I do yoga. I'm into the manifesting. Yeah. I'm doing this, like, vaginal kung fu course where it's like, no, but I like to talk about it.
So quick with it.
No,
but I talk about it though.
No, but I have the thought, and that's what counts.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you need.
Yeah, I intend to meditate.
That's what meditation is, thinking.
Yeah, so. Right? I like that. Yeah, I'm thinking about what coffee I'm going to order. But I'm all into that stuff, right? And I'm at the Golden Nugget. I'm trying to, like, manifest. I'm like, we're gonna win money, right? And I'm with my friends, and, like, we're drunk, we're doing stuff, and I'm on the jackpot, or not the jack. I'm on this machine, but I get a jackpot. I win like $1,100, and it's just scrolling up, and my friend's like, and I am just like, damn right.
I manifested
and I'm
this.
just like, yes, and but more. Okay, and I just keep hitting the button. And she's like, "Hey, Hannah, you should get up." I'm like, no, because Mama asked for 20. Okay, 20K. Like, I literally think this is gonna happen, so I end up losing it all.
I was about to say, they got you. They wrapped you in.
They get me every time.
Yeah, they wrapped you in, and eventually it's a big zero at the end. It's
100%.
Like,
Yeah, it's a negative. We're in the red. We paid to be here now, and. But, like, I feel like I do that when I'm, like, telling a story or a joke. Like, I get it all the time. It's like, Hannah, you're beating a dead horse. You know what I mean? The horse died on Tuesday. Yeah. Why are you still here? So it is hard to, like, when you're getting that high of laughter, like, when do I stop?
Right. I've been able to, like, take a back seat on my situations where I have with crowds, and it's like, all right, pull it back some. Don't give them everything. pull it back some. It's like, oh, okay.
It's like a strip tease almost, right?
Yeah,
You're
a
like,
little bit.
listen, I only have 2 straps to take off. You know, like, we gotta make this count.
Give it to him an inch at a time.
Yeah,
Don't
you
give it
gotta
to him all.
slow
Yeah.
it down.
I need him wanting more. And
Yeah.
So yeah, that's usually what gets people like, oh, you the dude at the such and such. You're like, yeah, that was me. Okay,
Yeah.
good. And then I can give him some more after that. But I definitely like the recognition from like being in crowds and such like that. You know, but I'm not the one that I always wanted to put it to where it's like I'm not the one that started this. They came and got me out my corner. Like I was in the corner by myself, and boom, they came and got me, and now we all friends. Yeah, I definitely. It's a good way to make friends.
Have you heard of human design?
In the sense of what?
Oh my God, I'm so that crystal white bitch. I mean, I am, but I'm not. You know, I'm like the packaging, but I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm like the knockoff version from Singapore.
Yeah,
you know,
you don't
like,
carry the crystals.
I don't, but I look like I do, and I act like it. I say all the phrases, but then you open the box and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Ain't no incense or nothing in here.
Yeah, she hasn't meditated in weeks. But no, it's all about it's almost like astrology, and you know, it's that shit where it's like, oh, this is your personality type or whatever. There's like manifestors, manifestor generators, projectors, whatever the heck. I don't fucking understand it. But this girl I did ayahuasca with told me about it. She's really into it.
Fun. Oh,
yeah, and but it just makes me wonder like what your type of personality trait is, because some people do need to just be invited out.
Yes. Yeah. If I'm not invited, I'm not going.
Yeah.
Like if it's not something that catches my eye immediately, it is very hard for me to leave my confines of my house.
Yeah.
Like I definitely like no. What takes you to get out? Like what gets you the motivation to go up on these Tuesdays and Thursdays and on these days that you do get out?
It's so ironic. I'm such a procrastinator.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Come
Hi.
on.
Hey.
Procrastination
I joke
over here.
about it in my set, but like true story. So I go on tangents, all right?
I love it.
I wish the audience could like respond and be like, shut up, Hannah. So because I'm always like,
good.
tell me to
This
shut up
is
if
great,
you need.
Hannah.
Okay, there you go. And he's like, I gave you a microphone for a reason, okay?
Yes.
Like just pull it
Give
out of my
what you got.
my clammy hands if you need. But so I had an eating disorder in high school, right?
Okay.
And like for not think about food. I would sleep a lot, but I would also, you know, I'd be frustrated because I'm hungry. I get like angry. So I would masturbate, right? I would just constantly just jerking off and sleeping.
That's a way to combat it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I really gave myself carpal tunnel. But I joke about it on stage, but I 100% did. But like that's how I would procrastinate all the time. You know, like I'd have like homework. Projects, dinner. I don't want to get to it, so I'm just like, you know.
I love that.
So I procrastinate. I don't procrastinate anymore because you know I'm old. My wrist is giving out. It's too late for me. I have to hump pillows, and I don't have sturdy ones.
That's odd to watch.
It's really. I know. Guys are always like, I want to see you get off. I'm like, I promise you don't.
Yeah,
it's real wild.
I see that. I'm like, who paid for this?
Yeah.
Who paid for this act right here? Because there's only one of them.
It's a comedy show,
one
dude.
of these, you are humping a pillow. And I always want to know, did you get paid well for it? Because everything else
was the pillow from IKEA? Was it memory foam? Like, does it bounce back?
Yeah.
Is it a pillow pet?
One? Do you have the cooling sensation on the inside?
No, it's a Channing Tatum pillow pet. You know, I just pulled it up. I'm like, hey, sir, genuine
from the Like Mike series. Is that the one we're gonna use?
Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
No, but what gets me going out, like, honestly, I need to stay in and like write some shit out more, instead of just like use my little notes and be like, but I'm like, I can't be with myself, so let me go out. It's terrible, but that's what it is.
That is an elaborate way to get around to how to answer that question.
Yeah. What gets you motivated to get out? Honestly, I just don't want to be alone with myself and my thoughts. Let me just go hold a microphone and
That'll help me not procrastinate tonight. I'm definitely
Seriously.
trying to save my wrists for bowling league. I would not.
I'm not. I mean, for bingo, really, that's the league I'm going to be. I'm like, these chips
all I
are
got.
so hard
all I
to
can
hold.
do is move a dabba, and that's basically all I have in me.
Yeah.
That's it. I used to do music bingo, and I realized at one point that I was kind of overworking myself, especially if I wanted to actually get out and go do sets and stuff in places, which all of that has stopped now. But I had to quit the music bingo because I'm like, this is a lot that I'm giving to these people, and I'm not getting much in return because this is just music bingo and it's not stand-up comedy. So it's like I'm getting the satisfaction as if I am a comic, because I am a comic, up there entertaining these people, but it's a different type of entertainment.
Yeah.
And I was like, I definitely don't want this. Yeah, come on.
What's up, YouTube? We're back with
What's
another
up, YouTube?
banger. I'm Harry. This is Presley. This is
The randomness of a podcast.
Yay!
on Instagram. It's 08.
There you go. Shout outs.
Harry.
Woo!
Hell
Do you have an OnlyFans?
No.
Not yet. Okay. All right. Bye.
Thank you. That's YouTube and yes, Spotify. Tell me a joke. Yes.
Yeah.
What's your channel?
Maniacal Menace Comedy. Maniacal Menace Comedy.
Okay.
We gotta
on
get you
YouTube.
cards.
I do need cards.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome. Now I'll probably have to go ahead and
Brenda
top this.
just came out. I was like, do you have an OnlyFans? No, not yet. Okay. I was like, oh, Hannah, don't be a cunt. Don't. Right.
It's like, I don't
So
think
this
they
is the
are.
autobiography, right? Was I a cunt? Damn it.
They probably still got to get their mama password to go on their phone.
Well, yeah, the taller one looked older. That's why I
They
asked.
did.
And then I looked at the other one.
They
I was like,
did.
oh,
It's like,
that was bad. I hope to catch a predator guy isn't watching. I promise, sir.
They gave consent to be on here.
They
so,
asked. They came to us.
Yeah,
You saw. They
I
came
did.
running.
They did.
They came running.
They did. And this
I feel
happens
harassed.
often.
Do you feel harassed? No, I'm kidding.
They had a whole group of like that kid right there that's
Yeah.
eating the Cheetos
He's
with the rosacea on
waving.
his
Oh my
face.
God, we're so famous.
He was definitely popping his meat behind us.
Was it like jerking?
Not jerking.
Oh,
it, but
I don't know. He's
I'm
popping
sorry.
his meat. I'm like, what is happening
I
right
guess
now?
in New Orleans terminology, popping your meat would just be like he's pelvic thrusting.
Oh, okay, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
That's cool. I'm gonna use that. Popping
Yeah.
your meat. I'm gonna say that. I'm like, hey, babe, I'm just popping my meat right now. Can I pop my meat on you?
Down in New Orleans, you have pea poppers and meat poppers.
Pea poppers? Does that
Yeah.
mean like I gotta pee down there? That's
No. It's like pussy poppers, but they call them pea poppers just because mainly the men would do it.
okay.
I mean, women would do it as well, but it's
I like
it's
a meat
it's-
popper. I want to be a meat
They were
popper.
meat popping back
Yeah,
then.
I wanna be meat
it's-
popping.
I mean, they still meat pop now as part of the dance culture.
Yeah.
But you probably rarely hear somebody be like, oh, he meat popping or he pussy popping.
Hell
you know,
yeah.
You don't,
Oh my
you
God, I
don't
love
hear
it.
that as often.
That's
Now you
awesome.
hear twerk. If
Oh,
you see
yeah,
people,
twerk.
yeah.
Oh my God.
That's what it was in the beginning.
I can't
It
twerk.
was- it
I
was
try.
Shake that ass, pussy pop,
Yeah.
meat pop, yeah,
Yeah.
And now it's
Girl, you
twerking.
looks good. Won't you back that ass?
Yeah,
Where's the
right.
phone?
And that was before they even called it twerking, and now it's a worldwide. Everybody want to teach twerking. It's like
Yeah.
I didn't know that was something to be taught.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is if you're a lady like me. I was thinking about this. We love to be paid to be taught things we don't necessarily need to learn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we don't care about like focusing in math class, but when we get out in the real world, we're like, yeah, I'll pay for a class.
Yeah.
For like scrapbooking. I want to learn how to document my life.
Maniacal Menace Comedy on YouTube. Where you at? What you on? Spotify. Oh, tell me a joke. TELL. Yeah. MAN. Maniacal. MANIACAL. MENACE. Maniacal Menace Comedy. could probably go have like some purple thing up there. Menace. You got it. Where we at? All right. Here we
Well, you
go.
gotta watch to
This
find
is-
out.
And
Y'all
There
play
we go.
volleyball? Okay. I saw the little volleyball. I was like, yeah.
there you go. That'd be right there. There we go. All right.
Oy vey.
Yeah. Oh, you got it. She's got it. She'll get to y'all. There y'all go. All right. Bye.
Bye.
That was so much.
They
Just
don't
now.
know how to spell Maniacal.
No, they don't. A lot of people don't. That's one of the branding portions of it, where it's like, all right, I understand that it's going to be difficult for people to phonetically try to spell this out, say it.
What if
Oh,
you
they have trouble. Maniacal? Maniac?
Yeah.
I'm like, maniacal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not how it's spelled. It's in a
Oy vey.
dictionary like that. That's Google. If you put it in Google, you just it'll
My New
pull
York
up like
is
that.
so coming out. Like I'm literally like I'm just doing my best, and I'm just like you hear me like she asked it. I'm like oy vey. Like oh, I don't even mean to. It just comes out like
Yeah, they stormed us for. And I was like, this is a bit much. This is a bit
Yeah.
much. I don't even know if legally I could have them on here.
yeah. Can we legally talk? I don't know. We should blur them out and just put like
That's a lot of
Jolly
editing.
Rancher people on them. Gumby, put Gumby over them. I love Gumby. Yeah.
It's a bit much.
Maybe just black it out and just make have whale noises or like a dolphin swimming, and just have people be confused for a minute.
Yeah, I could pop that. Well, I'll see.
Yeah.
I'll see what's up.
God bless.
Oh, yeah,
Kyle. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
I'm glad I don't have your job right now.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to do a web series. I took it down because I was working with kids recently, but I'll probably bring it back up. But I used to do this web series in New York called Handsy with Hannah. And I had a vibrator, right? And I would dress it up based on where we went. And I would just interview people on the street and ask them about their first time masturbating.
Oh, wow.
And it was so like my friend Mikey, it was just me and him. And
Random people.
Yeah, random people on the street.
Whoa.
And like a production assistant who would have everyone sign a waiver, right? And he would handheld with the camera, and he was always like, we really need like, a stand for this because it's shaky. And I'd be like, no, it's fine. And we did like a thing and we watched it on big screen, and I'm like, I see what Mikey's talking about. It's real fucking, you know what I mean? Because like you watch it on YouTube, it's a smaller thing. I'm like, oh, it's just a little bit off. It's fine.
What's happening?
But then we did this like show, right? And we like showcased the first episode. I'm like, oh yeah, that camera is rocking.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and then
But,
having to fix
yeah.
that in post or.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't.
I didn't. I was just like, you get what you get. All right.
Yeah, that's why I've upgraded to what I have now, to where it's just like,
yeah, you got a great setup, man.
finally,
Yeah.
after 4 years, I'm finally getting some type of traction to where it's just like, all right, this is easy on me since it's just me having to do all this. But
That's awesome.
it is a lot. It is. It's too much at times.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
feel that. I'm producing the show you're going to be on.
Yeah.
And even that, I'm like trying to figure out. I'm like, oh gosh, all the equipment, all these things, And then I've been wanting to do this podcast forever, so I'm actually filming an episode on Monday, and we'll see how that goes. I'm going to live stream on Twitch.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
And then just like download it and put on different platforms, but. It's gonna be comics cooking, like cooking with comics is what I'm calling it.
Fun.
Yeah, because I used to teach cooking, and so.
Wow. What did you not do?
I know. Orgasm, but that's all women. It's okay. Well, we're working on it. But my wrists just give out. It's like that Led Zeppelin song. Stairway to Heaven. I'm like climbing Mount Doom, and every time it's like throw the ring in, Frodo. Throw it in. I'm like, never mind. I got a cramp.
We can only get 50% done.
If you have some nerds who watch this, hopefully they'll relate to that Lord of the Rings reenactment.
I'm assuming that they I do got a good amount of nerds that watch
I
this.
just compared my pussy to Mount Doom, and I think a lot of men might agree.
Perfect.
They're like, "What a hill to climb."
Pussy comparisons is always great. You should.
It's fiery right now. I mean, it is my lady time. She's just like sputtering.
Got the pads in the doggy
TMI.
bag.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about, right? I just killed a dead horse.
Go back around to see if the bones is dust. Not yet. Keep beating it.
There's some marrow that's going to come out, I bet. I don't know how it works, but
I have no idea.
but yeah, it's fun doing stuff, but it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yes, it is. And then just trying to be on point, and also when you get distracted like that, being able to just jump back in, and being like, okay, where was that? All right, boom, that didn't fuck me up at all. Not at all. No, I'm not
everyone a cunt. You know what I mean? And just get in a fight with
a
the
legitimate
parent.
conversation. You know, I'm not trying to talk to somebody that I know.
Yeah,
I don't know y'all at all. But
please interrupt me as I sit in front of a camera with a microphone.
I was waiting on this. I was waiting on this the entire time. Yeah,
please
I
bring your friends and have them do it.
I knew it was going to happen. I felt it. I thought a child would do it, but I'm assuming it's still child enough.
Yeah.
Very childish for them. No,
you know what's fun too is like we're talking about them and they're right across from us. And like who the heck knows if they can hear us, right? Because I'm like,
oh yeah, that is true. I'm just assuming that it's extra loud in here and that all they hear is echo too.
That's what I'm hoping. We could take them, Kyle.
I think so.
If not, we're speedy. We could. I can't
definitely.
run.
Well, they would have to give me a minute to pick up everything first.
That too, yeah.
But then after that, we can play the foot chase. I don't mind.
Yeah.
I definitely don't mind.
I could trip people like nobody's business. Have you ever seen Gangs in New York?
Yes.
Okay, I've never been in a fight. Knock on wood. Cancel, clear, upgrade. All right. But like, you know, at like the very end when it's like all foggy and like, you know, Daniel Day-Lewis is coming in and he's like swiping at the calves. I'm like, I feel like that would be me, you know, because I'm so tiny, you know, I'd just be like, I'd be grabbing their calves, you know, like these people would be giant and then just like pulling them down. Probably wouldn't go that way, but
that, I can imagine that. I would just want to be in that reenactment just for the get up. I just want the suspenders with the chaps.
Oh yeah.
And the boots that look like they shouldn't fit. Yeah.
That's a fun movie.
Yeah. And just walk outside dirty all the time. Why you dirty?
Yeah,
I like it like this.
Yeah. I just want to bump into people and have them worry I took something. You know what I mean? That doesn't.
Stealing pocket watches.
Ooh.
Got me a nice little monocle because one eye is good, but the other one sucks. So, you know, you definitely got to work it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, good. This makes it feel a lot better.
Oh,
that people are leaving. That kid has not stopped eating sweets. That's probably why his face so red.
He's got high cholesterol.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I can feel it already. The diabetes is coming for his legs. That's terrible. Don't say that.
Well, all right. So we've been here to break up the monotony of things. I like to play a game of choices before we close out.
Okay.
All right. You got 4 options and 4 choices.
Okay.
All right. Your choices are: you got to be one, you got to raise one, you got to sell one, you got to fuck the other one.
Be one, raise one, sell one, fuck the other one.
Yes.
Ooh, this is fun.
Right. All right. And your options are a mermaid, a mogwai, a Mexican, and a manatee.
What's a mogwai?
A mogwai. You ever seen Gremlins?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Gizmo. Gizmo's a mogwai.
Gizmo's a mogwai. All right. I love that. All right. So I got to be one, fuck one.
Raise one.
Raise
be
one.
Yep. Raise one, sell one, fuck one.
Be one, raise one, sell one, fuck one. Ooh. This is hard.
When people really think into it, they're like,
this is so hard.
Oh, hold on. Hold on now.
I feel like I would, initially I wanted to be the mermaid, but I think I'd want to fuck the mermaid.
Hello.
Right?
There you go.
How does that work?
Hey, it depends on which mermaid we talk about.
I mean,
there's a lot of them out there.
merman, is it Zoolander? Is it a merman? Yeah, right. How does that work?
Well, Jason Momoa's a mermaid.
Well, okay, all right, yeah, I'd fuck a mermaid.
Yeah.
I'd fuck a mermaid. I think I would want to be a mogwai.
Yeah.
And I think it would be great so that I would stop eating after midnight, because I need to work on that.
Unless you was force fed.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? That'd be the worst torture ever for me. Then I would hate it. I don't know. This is making me rethink this.
Because then if I changed, I don't like what Gizmo would change into. That's the worst hair ever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be this
Gotta
cute
be
little
careful
creature.
of that water. You
Oh
know?
God, that too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hard life. I don't know. Oh my God, look at me rethinking all of this.
I love it.
Oh man, can I change my mind?
Do it however you feel.
Oh God, this is so hard. Oh man. I think I want to raise a manatee. You know,
All right.
I want to raise one.
That sounds
I
right.
want to raise a manatee for
Right.
sure. Be one, fuck one, raise one, sell one. I don't want to sell a Mexican. That's not cool.
Some people, that's their first choice. I'm selling the Mexican.
No,
It's like, oh,
definitely,
okay.
definitely not. Oh man. Oh, this is difficult.
Yeah.
Look at you. You're like, I know. Now I see where you get maniacal.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh man. Maybe I would raise a Mexican. How would that work? You know, he'd be great for comedy. You know what I mean?
A Mogwai raising the Mexican? Oh,
Yeah.
wait, you're not the Mogwai anymore. Are you
I
being a
don't know if
Mogwai
I'm
still?
That's a hard
You
life as a
fucking the mermaid.
Mogwai.
All right, and you're going to raise...
Yeah, you know what? I'm fucking a mermaid.
Okay.
You know what? We can't let fear get in the way. All right, we can't be afraid of like eating after midnight or getting wet. You know, like although if we fuck a mermaid, we're gonna get wet.
You're definitely going to get wet.
Well, fuck me then. You know.
It all depends on how you fuck this mermaid.
Yeah,
though.
maybe I'm gonna fuck a mermaid and then become the Mogwai. You know, like
Okay.
like that'll be like my last hurrah as a human. And then me as the Mogwai, I'm gonna raise a Mexican,
All right.
and together we're gonna
You-
Yeah, we're
gonna sell
together.
that
We're gonna sell that manatee.
There you
That's gonna
go.
be so hard to sell the manatee, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, it
They're
depends
so
on
cute. They're sea cows. We're probably gonna name him something sweet like Earl.
Oh, that's what the attachment is why it's gonna be so hard.
It's gonna be hard.
I thought you meant because you wouldn't find a buyer.
No, I think it's. I didn't even think about that. Look at me in my mind. I'm like, who wouldn't want to buy a manatee? This is why my credit is terrible, you guys. Like, it's really bad. Like, I say I'm Jewish, but then you see my credit score and you're like, I don't know about that.
That credit score says otherwise.
Yeah, my credit score is like, are you homeless right now? Like, what's-
How are you doing this?
how'd you get that apartment? Damn. Oh, you know what? Oh God, this is so. I think we're just gonna stick with it. Okay.
Yeah.
Me and my Mexican son, me as a Mogwai.
Right.
We're gonna raise and sell a manatee.
Yeah.
Oh no,
There
we're
you
gonna
go.
sell a
You sell-
manatee.
yeah.
The Mexican I'm raising.
Right.
Miguel, that'll be his name. And I'm fucking
With
a mermaid.
hand. With
Yeah.
a merman stepdad.
Yeah.
You
One
going to
happy
Atlantis this
family.
weekend. So
Yeah.
get your scuba gear ready.
100%.
Oh, that's good. That's
And,
good.
yeah.
That works.
Yeah, I
That
like
works.
that. I like
Yeah.
that little
I like
family.
that as well.
Yeah.
I like that. I can see the dynamic. I can see it now.
Yeah.
You know, it having been raised. It's like that movie that's on Netflix now, the Kraken. It's like you gonna put them in a real life school and it's a whole Kraken, but because they fight mermaid. All right, I get it.
I like that.
I
That'll
get
be
it.
fun. Yeah.
I definitely need to go check it out. Ah, okay.
Dude,
that's-
this was fun. Thanks
Yeah.
for having me.
You're welcome.
Thanks for keeping me in line too, because I go all over the place.
Oh no, that's good because your tangent it sparks off something in my tangent, so it's just like,
Oh, good.
this
All
is
right.
perfect.
Yeah.
This works out. Oh, good. Let everybody know where they can find you and Hannah.
Oh yeah. Well, you can find me right now at where are we?
The Post.
The Post. Are you here? But Instagram is the best place to follow me. My Instagram's Hannah A650. So Hannah HANNAH 650. Oh no, I said it wrong.
Uh-oh.
Hannah HANNAH.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
650 because my last name's Abney. So there we go.
Oh,
All right,
hey,
get it
because
together.
I was confused. I was like, Hannah. That's
Yeah,
what
it's Hannah 650. I took my last name off because when I was on Tinder, people would find me, and I was like, "That's not."
Oh,
no.
Need to slow this down.
Whoa,
Hold
whoa,
the brakes,
whoa.
Tinder. We doing.
Yeah, come on. So yeah, Hannah A650 on Instagram. Follow me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's where I post what I'm up to.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
And your show that you're gonna be doing, the what's the name of it?
So the comedy show we're doing in
Yes.
Katy, it's April 6th. It's going to be super fun. It's going to be at a yoga studio. I'm
Yeah.
so excited. That's where I just came from. It's going to be April 6th. It's a Saturday at 7 p.m. And it's going to be like a yoga comedy party. We're not going to do yoga, but we're going to be in a yoga space. So we'll have sage.
The vibe will be there.
The vibe will 100% be
And I
there.
may or may not have mushrooms.
I mean, I'm
my
so
system.
hoping you do.
I probably
And
might.
share, please.
Okay.
Oh, God, yes. Okay, let's do it.
All the exciting times that we have laying ahead of us.
My favorite way to eat vegetables. All right. Not but after midnight, though, because I am now a Mogwai.
I am now a Mogwai.
Yes. Named Felix. I don't know. Yeah.
It's got a name. Okay. Oh, this has been Tell Me a Joke, the guideline and chase the dream. I've been your host, Maniacal, Menace, Kyle Smith. Say the whole thing like a pimp named Slickback. And until next time, keep dreaming, jokers. Woo!